Scrolling on your phone, you suddenly see a pangolin cooking Maggie, a cat frying dough, or a golden retriever frantically doing the laundry. If it isn't culinary kets, it's a father stomping around in giant demon shoes to protect his daughter from an upside-down-footed witch, or a grown man helplessly glued to a children's slide in a high-stakes competition. These bite-sized Hindi-language gadget skits dominate the YouTube Shorts algorithm, pulling in hundreds of millions, often billions, of views, with scenarios that border on pure fever dreams. To figure out exactly why these videos are so inescapable, we are going to reverse engineer one of the biggest channels in this space, Facts Obi. Our goal is to isolate their formula and build our own hyper-viral clone. Beneath the cheap sound effects and exaggerated shrieks of panic, these creators are running a highly sophisticated psychological playbook engineered to hijack human attention. Our cloned video has to start by immediately distressing the viewer. Within the very first 3 seconds, we need a dialed-up, everyday domestic disaster. In the source material, this means returning from a trip to a completely destroyed floor, dropping a suitcase in public so the luggage violently scatters, or sitting on a bed that instantly collapses and flattens whoever is underneath. This usually triggers the signature catchphrase, "All mayare," a localized cry of absolute hysteria. Opening at maximum panic acts as a scroll stopper by simulating a sudden emergency right on your screen. That gives us the first foundational block of our recipe. Step 1, the disaster. This relatable catastrophe creates an immediate emotional deficit. It stresses you out just enough that your brain demands you keep watching to see the mess get cleaned up. Once the viewer is stressed, we introduce the second ingredient, the sudden, heroic arrival of a hyper-specific smart solution. Facts Obi tackles messes with an arsenal of bizarre tools. There's a floor wiper billed as being 100 times better than normal, a magical jola, or bag, that holds infinite weight, and a high-pressure water gun deployed for domestic revenge. These videos strip away all realistic product limitations. The mops and bags function exactly like magical swords in a fantasy movie, instantly vanquishing the Act 1 disaster without the protagonist breaking a sweat, which locks in the second piece of our blueprint. Step 2, the magic gadget. The true appeal here is pure consumer fantasy. It offers the seductive promise that you are only one cheap online purchase away from a completely effortless life. But fixing the disaster isn't enough to keep someone watching until the loop restarts. To guarantee retention, the video must descend into complete madness. A grounded starting point, like cleaning a dirty tile, spirals out of control. Suddenly, characters are hiding stolen diamonds in their hair, frogs are building emergency storm shelters, and a pet crocodile is diving into a pool to manually turn on a water pump. This chart shows exactly why they do this. A standard logical video slowly bleeds viewers as the brain predicts the ending, but when you inject total unpredictability, you override the brain's pattern recognition. You literally cannot swipe away because it is impossible to guess what happens next. And that gives us our final piece. Step 3, total absurdity. This escalation acts as algorithmic superglue. It sacrifices narrative coherence to achieve absolute unbreakable viewer retention. Now, we execute the clone. We combine the worst domestic disaster imaginable, the most overpowered smart gadget on the market, and a completely illogical animal twist into one rapid-fire sequence. Your house is completely flooded. The furniture is floating away. Are maya re. But don't worry, your pet cat just grabbed a turbocharged neon mop to suck up the entire ocean in 3 seconds. The resulting video mirrors the manic energy of the original channel, proving the formula generates exactly the kind of chaos that keeps a thumb from swiping up. This reliance on over-the-top physical stunts and universal expressions mirrors the logic of early silent film. By using loud colors and impossible physics to bypass language barriers, these creators have effectively translated the slapstick of Charlie Chaplin or Looney Tunes into a high-speed, vertical format. By pairing relatable domestic stress with an impossible $10 solution, these videos offer a momentary escape from the friction of reality. They provide digital proof that in a world of intense algorithmic competition, nothing holds attention like the promise of an effortless life.